Hello and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And this evening we are looking at what Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi said, which is now touching Julius Malema, the leader of the EFF. Indeed, he was prophetic because he said these things well in time for the leadership to be warned. Let us take a look onto what he said.
You do not enter an argument with another fighter to win the argument. You enter the argument with the fighter to win the fighter. So you don't win the argument and lose the fight. Uzosala wedwa nama argument in the EFF. You enter the argument to win the fighter. So where the argument seems to cause an irreparable fracture, you leave the argument aside, you grab the fighter. Fighter, let's postpone it because our unity is more important. How do we know these arguments that will comply with this type of procedure? They are constructive. Criticize to build. Criticize to construct the other. So when we're in an EFF meeting, it shouldn't be like we're in parliament, where you climb on a table. No, here you are at home. You are with your brothers. You are with your fellow combatants. You are with the people that must take a bullet for you. So you don't treat them like we're treating Zuma there in parliament or Ramaphosa. You might want to not talk about the nose of a fighter. But in the meetings of the EFF, constructive criticism is important. But listen to how this section is constructed after understanding this principle. And I think DP, if we can inculcate this culture in the movement. I love these lines about the opportunity to always say, did we achieve what we set out to do as a collective? So after elections, we must say, what is the diagnosis, comrades? Did we achieve what we set out to achieve? If that doesn't happen, you won't grow as an organization. From time to time, members and structures should...
What Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was saying, he was so clear to say, you bring everyone together. You don't just do things for your own benefit or for your own popularity. You do things for everyone. And it seems as if you are too prophetic. Let us take a look on another video.
But Walter Sisulu himself never became the president of the ANC. But he was not intimidated to go and recruit talent that was better than him. When not the talent that is better than you block the gate. Because it must be about you. So Walter Sisulu recruited Mande. They even call him their mentor. Sometimes your talent is precisely that. You know how to bring the best of the best into the fold. It does not automatically translate into positions. Because leadership is not quite the position. Position ya upalla. Babang balena realifa. Sianketa. 3 years of... All we are doing is, you want us to sing leadership idumela. That's when you are a leader. Ufunhlala ngaphambili. Never, ever subject or accept the cultures of leading that boost individual egos. Let us lose ourselves, comrades, to the struggle. Let us do the dirty job all the time. Let us be humble like that. Leadership is the person who sets up the tables, who arrives first.
So, looking at it, you can actually see that Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was so correct, was on point, and he knew what he was talking about. If you look at Julius Malema, is a man who is angry, is a man who is being controlled by anger, and his reasoning is so low. Let us take a look onto this video from Malema.
We're not going to answer the question about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You've got his number, and some of you talk to him, call him. I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. 90% of the people who were here, who expected to be here, are here. That's what matters. Whoever is not here was not supposed to be here from the beginning. So you are not going to reduce this organization to some individual without him. He's not here. I heard people say he's here, he's doing this. He's not here. He's not here. And it's not our interest to entertain such nonsense. It's not our interest. We're dealing with political issues here, not egoism, not people who think they are bigger than this organization. It will show them once again that it's bigger than all of them. So we as a matter of principle, SG and policy position, we're no longer going to answer any nonsense about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Never. When a journalist asks you that question, you must say, ask another question. You can be smarter than that. Ask something else. This matter is closed. You can talk about it amongst yourselves, but don't bring it to us. We are refusing that. Don't do that. Don't reduce the whole ideological political report to Sunday world gossip, because that's what they thrive on. And we know what is the relationship of Sunday world, its owners and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. We don't want to talk about it. Don't push us. Don't push us. We know Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's friendship with the owner of Sunday World, and by that extension, we know his relationship with Sunday World.
So, to me, I believe that Julius Malema is becoming more of a dictator than a builder. When you look at people like Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, he could have joined the MK. There is nothing Julius Malema could have said, but he stayed when Floyd left. I believe that Floyd tried to convince Mbuyiseni, but he left behind. And in my own view, I don't think that it was necessary for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to rush to Malema to say, this comrade is leaving. It was not necessary. I think what he did was right. He had to leave it as it was, to make Malema find it by himself. But in organization, sometimes you need to identify true cadres of the struggle and you work together. I know that leaders would have skirmishes here and there, but how are they going to find each other in the future when Julius Malema is now talking about the relations of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and Sunday World leaders and etc.? What if Mbuyiseni comes out and say, we know the relations of Julius Malema and so and so? It then becomes a circus. It then becomes something else. So I believe that Julius is wrong, and he must calm down. He must slow down. I know it's a very, very humiliating and very, very painful to lose comrades, but you need to slow down, build the organization with the people left behind, and move ahead, move forward. So I don't see Mbuyiseni as a character who would say, since I was not elected in any position, I will leave the FF. I don't see him as such a character, but this is what is going to push him out. The way he is being treated is what is going to push him out. Sometimes you don't go to places where you are not wanted, but he has remained quiet in respect of the leadership, which is so good, because he understands that no matter the circumstances, he must respect and honor the leadership. He's a man who admired Julius Malema so much. Even though the people wanted him to be vice president, and Malema didn't see it fit to do that, there is no need for him to attack him publicly like that. He has not attacked him publicly. The only offense of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi comes from the wife who liked a tweet by Floyd Shivambu. That is the offense, you know, and that is very, very problematic, because what my wife think, or what my mother think, or what my friend think does not mean that I think the same way. Sometimes you don't control adults to do whatever. They might be excited to like something, and you know, you don't control it. So this is what we have, and in my own view, I believe that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi spoke about this, knew about this culture, that it was going to bring a calamity within the EFF, and it's now happening. So I believe that Julius Malema must understand that he is not in good health. In the event that he is not capable to deliver, who is he going to trust with the leadership of the EFF? That is something you are supposed to think first before attacking others. It's very, very important for you, for a leader, to bring someone close. Look at Morgan Tsvangirai. Morgan Tsvangirai knew about Nelson Chamisa. Despite the losses of Nelson Chamisa here and there within the leadership of the MDC then, Morgan Tsvangirai knew about the importance of Nelson Chamisa and brought him close. He kept him very, very, very close to him, because he knew that he had a jewel in him. And when he was now leaving, he left the party in his custody. That is what leadership should do. So, you know, you must have one person you trust within your organization. Even if you don't trust 100%, you must have one person you can trust. And you can't lose Floyd, you can't lose Mbuyiseni, you can't lose all the other comrades who have left. He is only left with Masha, and that is so problematic. So it's very, very interesting to see that this is what is happening. And if you look at the leadership, the new leadership of the EFF, it's quite embarrassing, because you can actually see that the only person left right there who can be trusted much is Masha, and maybe Ompile Mawotwe, but the only person who is strong enough to defend the organization is Masha. Godrich is a good guy, but personally, I don't think that Godrich is a man with that character to stabilize or to protect the EFF. So it's my own opinion. I'm not saying that or suggesting that Mbuyiseni would have become the vice president. I am saying Julius could have brought in close Mbuyiseni, make him one of his comrades, even though he was not going to occupy a position. Recently, he was not occupying any position within the EFF. He was just a commissar there doing his work, which means, you know, there was no need for him to discard him like what they're doing. So this is what I think, and I believe that this is the biggest problem of Julius Malema, and it's good that Mbuyiseni knew about these things. What he does from now is what is going to shape the future of the EFF. If Mbuyiseni then leaves and chooses to join the MK, it will be problematic for Julius Malema. But if he stays where he is and be quiet, then you could save the face of Julius Malema by simply being in existence within the EFF, even though not part of the leadership. His presence in EFF, going to parliament, might save the face of Julius Malema. So your thoughts are of much importance. Let me take just a few comments. Twinkle, thank you very much for coming. And FS Jelle says, very true. Mbuyiseni is directing his ways to Julius is another Gabe. Yes, that is so wrong. Sizwe says, forward ever with President Julius Malema, political ideology. Petronella, thank you very much, my sister, for coming. Gideon says, the problem is that people allow their dislike for Malema to obliterate what is on the ground. Malema's pain emanates from the fact that Ndlozi knew about Floyd's intentions and kept quiet. You know, Gideon, Ndlozi was in a very, very tight position. Let me tell you this. Floyd wanted to go with Ndlozi, but Ndlozi refused. He refused. And sometimes there are issues which you know that there is nothing you can do about them. And the rumors were in the ears of Julius Malema himself. So there was no need for Ndlozi to go and gossip a deputy president within the party. What if Floyd then chose to stay and not go? Ndlozi was going to be an enemy of both Julius and Floyd, because if Floyd had not left, Julius was going to mend relations with Floyd, and Ndlozi was going to be left humiliated and was going to be a bad man. So you have to understand that when things happen between number one and number two, it becomes problematic for you to deal with those matters. They only circulate as rumors. So I don't blame Ndlozi for that. If he wanted to join the MK, he could have left. So look at the MK. The MK are calling, where are you, Ndlozi? And they actually want him, but he has kept quiet, has not responded to anything. He has kept himself cool and calm. So I believe that Julius, as a leader, no matter the circumstances, no matter the problems, no matter the challenges, he must provide leadership. When you are a leader, you are not controlled by what you think. You are not controlled by your feelings. You are controlled by what is right and what is necessary. Look at Nelson Chamisa. Nelson Chamisa would know this person is doing this person is doing that, but he controls the situation. He deals with the situation wisely. That is the reason why you are seeing they find it difficult to end Nelson Chamisa, is because of how he treats everyone. Julius must copy that and must do the right thing, because he might end up losing key allies and key people, very, very important people. No one is a saint in politics, and sometimes you don't need to treat others as if you are the only person. So it is what it is. We'll continue to watch and see, and everything will be interesting in the few coming days. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Let us meet in another episodes and other broadcasts.